Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Got plenty of rain over the weekend, but we're not going to shut the faucets off just yet. Find out how many rain chances are in the offing this week.
A warning tonight for Michigan from the CDC. Close things down.
What we need to do in those situations is shut things down. I think if we tried to vaccinate our way out of what is happening in Michigan, we would be disappointed that it took so long for the vaccine to work.
But Governor Whitmer says no and continues to hope personal choices and vaccines will be the things that stop the surge.
We know what it takes to stay safe. It means masking up. It means social distancing. It means washing your hands, staying home, avoiding crowded gatherings, especially when they're indoors. And it means getting vaccinated.
The COVID numbers from the weekend, 9,674 new cases over the past 2 days. That averages out to 4,800 cases per day, and 12 more Michiganders have lost their lives to the virus over that same period of time. Governor Whitmer has said from the onset of this pandemic, she will follow the advice of the experts.
Tonight, one of the nation's top experts is saying it is time for Michigan to shut it down. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky didn't mince words, warning that relying on vaccines alone is not enough to stop this surge.
We know that if vaccines go in arms today, we will not see an effect of those vaccines, depending on the vaccine, for somewhere between 2 to 6 weeks.
The CDC director says given the extraordinary number of cases in Michigan right now, we need more immediate action.
The answer to that is to really close things down, to go back to our basics, to go back to where we were last spring, last summer, and to shut things down, to flatten the curve, to decrease contact with one another, to test to the extent that we have available, to contact trace. Sometimes you can't even do it at the capacity that you need. But really what we need to do in those situations is shut things down.
Michigan will not receive more vaccine doses, but the federal government is sending monoclonal antibody treatments, more tests, a CDC response team, and 140 FEMA vaccinators.
In the next 2 to 6 weeks, the variants that we've seen in Michigan, those variants are also present in other states. So our ability to vaccinate people quickly in each of those states, rather than taking vaccines and shifting it to playing whack-a-mole, isn't the strategy that public health leaders and scientists have laid out.
We need that vaccine in other places. If we vaccinate today, we will have impact in 6 weeks, and we don't know where the next place is going to be that is going to surge.
Another public health expert put it like this: when you have a house fire, you don't just focus all of your water on the blaze. You need to spray water on the houses next door, too, to prevent the fire from spreading. Now, the CDC director's comments today come just days after Governor Whitmer asked Michiganders to voluntarily take a 2-week pause.
She stopped just short of a mandated shutdown and insists vaccines are the key to ending this surge. And today she spoke at a vaccine event to address questions about whether shutdowns would come. Rod Maloney was there with the governor today. And Rod, you specifically asked about a scenario that would trigger a shutdown.
That's right. We wanted to know what the governor is thinking in those terms. And as it stands right now, after she toured the Convocation Center here at Eastern Michigan University, where she saw vaccinations being doled out today, she basically said that as things stand right now, she doesn't see a need for a full shutdown.
But here's where we are. Instead of a year ago where this was a novel virus where we didn't even know that a mask was going to give us 97% protection, we had to take strong actions to keep people safe. We now know a lot more about this.
Local 4 asked the governor if there was an actual trigger to reinstate previous restrictions. And her answer was, in effect, things are different now.
We know that we are at the end close to the end of this saga if we all do our part. And that's why we're going to continue to call on people to do that and not go back to those same kind of protocols because we're in a different moment.
Yet that answer came before the CDC director's remarks came out. So we asked the governor's office for a clarification. And here's the response in part, quote, "As our nation's top health experts have said, this is not a failure of policy, but rather a compliance, variant, and mobility issue, which is why it's important for us to ramp up vaccinations as quickly as possible," end quote. On Wednesday, the Myosha workplace restrictions are going to expire, and the governor did say she is going to extend them for another 6 months. When we do extend them, which we will, people are going to think that that means you can't go into the office for another 6 months, and that's not the case. But by law, we have to give this second extension so that we've got some of the tools. And so the governor being optimistic here in terms of being able to get ahead of all of this and the rising hospitalizations and so forth, she's still saying, and she believes that stopping school sports, not going to restaurants, and also having schools, particularly high schools, going virtual is still the answer. Back to you.
So, Rod, I want to ask you this. The governor and the state legislature have continuously been sparring on these issues. Where does that stand now?
Well, the governor took another swipe at the legislature today because they had a bill that would have essentially have already shut down a lot of the restaurants in the state. She doesn't want to do that. And so we're going to take a look at that logjam, the Lansing logjam, I call it, as we've seen consistently that the governor and the legislature remain at odds. And we'll hear from both sides on that subject. Okay, we look forward to your report at 6. Rod, we appreciate it. Meanwhile, the city of Detroit is lagging behind the rest of the state in getting residents vaccinated, and it's coming as cases in the city are rising rapidly. So today, the city launched a neighborhood vaccine program. Priya Mann was there for day one.
We've seen the endless rows of cars at the TCF Center and the long lines of people waiting to get into Ford Field. But now Detroit's vaccination efforts are leaving the downtown area and coming to schools in Detroit neighborhoods.
It's up to us to stop it because the virus is winning.
Detroit's vaccine outreach has made its way into 8 neighborhoods, with schools in the Islamic Center of Detroit opening sites.
All the vaccines are safe. They are highly effective. They are going to prevent you from going to the hospital and dying.
With only 23% of the city vaccinated so far, the week-long effort is making appointments more convenient for families who haven't been able to make it to Ford Field or the TCF Center. Ahead of Ramadan, the Islamic Center of Detroit is reminding Muslims they will not break their fast if they get vaccinated.
Especially during the month of Ramadan, if they would like to celebrate Ramadan in a safe and healthy way, they should get vaccinated.
For folks on the fence about getting a shot, Detroit's chief public health officer says she hears those fears and concerns.
Everyone has their own opinion, and they are entitled to their opinion. I'm going to respect them for that. My job is to make sure that I am educating people, giving them enough information so they make the best decision for themselves and their family.
With 700 new cases in Detroit every day and the state in the midst of a surge, officials hoping this will help turn the tide.
There is enough vaccine. Again, our goal is shots in arms. So if they show up, we're going to vaccinate them so they can be safe.
And these sites will be running all week long from around 8 to 5 o'clock. Now, the city is encouraging people to make an appointment, but say it gets around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they've only got a few hours left to remain open. They will welcome walk-ins. And of course, we have a list of all 8 sites on clickondetroit.com. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Which we continually update. All right, Priya.
All right, we've made it to Monday, and it hasn't been a total washout, but we keep just kind of dodging raindrops here and there.
See if we can get this stuff to move out of here, Ben.
Yeah, the umbrellas are going to be handy for the next several days, guys. In fact, really until we get a lot closer to the weekend. But this is light stuff compared to what we saw over Saturday and Sunday. Storm Tracker 4's got most of this on the east side, starting to weaken a little bit, although we think that this area is probably going to start filling in as it makes its way to the east over the next couple hours. Temperatures are in the 60s, but this may be one of the last times we see that, other than tomorrow. You can see that cold air to the northwest of us rather. It's on its way here. So the biggest weather impacts are going to be on Wednesday and Thursday, and that is going to be from increased rain chances. So we'll go from these nuisance, pesky little hit and miss showers to a little bit more widespread stuff. We'll talk about how much we're expecting and the relief for the weekend in just a few minutes. Guys?
Ben, thank you. We are following some breaking news from Tennessee. That's where police say several people have been shot at a high school. It happened this afternoon in the city of Knoxville. In a tweet, Knoxville police confirm one of the victims is a police officer. Right now, the sheriff says the school is secure. We're working to gather new information, and we'll bring it to you as we get it.
A deadly police shooting near Minneapolis leaves a black man dead. That as the trial for the officer charged with George Floyd murder there enters week number 3.
The shooting adding to the already high tensions surrounding the trial. Jay Gray is following the developments from outside the courthouse.
Good evening. Inside the courtroom today, emotion as George Floyd's brother takes the stand. Outside, tensions and frustrations growing after a police shooting here yesterday. Barricades and officers surround the Brooklyn Center Police Department. A day after anger and violence spilled into the streets of the Minneapolis suburb, hundreds responding to the fatal shooting of 20-year-old Daunte Wright by a police officer. Today, the city releasing body cam video from the incident. A warning, these images may be disturbing. Investigators say the video shows Wright trying to get away during a traffic stop. The police chief telling the community his officer made a deadly mistake.
It is my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet.
Wright was killed about 10 miles from the intersection where George Floyd died. The tension surrounding the new incident framing what was a pivotal day in the courtroom to begin week 3 of the Derek Chauvin murder trial.
Me and George, we grew up together.
With pictures from his life entered as evidence, Floyd's brother shares memories and the pain of his family's loss.
That's my mother. She's no longer with us right now, but that's my oldest brother, George. I miss both of them.
The emotional testimony, part of what's expected to be the closing day for prosecutors. That includes a cardiologist.
I believe that Mr. George Floyd's death was absolutely preventable.
And an expert on use of force. The high-profile case now set to take a dramatic shift, with the defense getting their turn with the jury. Their presentation expected to continue through the end of the week. The judge indicating this morning we could hear closing statements early next week. In Minneapolis, Jay Gray, Local 4.
Hey, Jay. Much more ahead here at 5. Here's Hank.
It's an opportunity for some criminal offenders to start over, get a clean slate. I'm talking with Michigan's Attorney General about the new expungement law. What you need to know coming up tonight.
All right, Hank, also they say Detroit police crossed the line. At 5, why a group is suing the city of Detroit over something that happened during last summer's protests.
But first, a violent crash involving a semi-truck downriver. We'll have that next.